Some mornings, I wake up feeling just a little off. Not exactly sick, but not fully rested either. It's that feeling of heaviness, like your body's still trying to catch up even after a full night's sleep. I used to think it was just age. But over time, I realized it was more than that. It was my liver quietly asking for help. Our liver works all night while we sleep. It filters the blood, breaks down toxins, balances our hormones, and stores energy. It's a powerhouse. But as we age, especially after 60, it slows down. Years of processed food, sugar, alcohol, even medications, can build up in the liver. That's why I started paying more attention to what I give my body first thing in the morning. And that's where lemon water comes in. Now, I know what you might be thinking, lemon water? That's it? But hear me out. Starting your morning with a glass of warm lemon water isn't some miracle cure. It's not a trendy health fad either. It's a gentle, natural way to support your liver when it needs it most. Here's what I do. As soon as I wake up, before coffee, before breakfast, I heat a cup of water until it's just warm, not hot. Then I squeeze in the juice from half a fresh lemon. That's it. It takes less than 2 minutes, but it makes a difference. Lemon contains citric acid, which has been shown to boost the liver's production of bile. That bile helps break down fats and carry toxins out of the body. There's even research from the Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Nutrition showing that lemon polyphenol can help prevent weight gain and improve liver function in people who are overweight. But for me, the biggest difference is how I feel. After a few weeks of drinking warm lemon water every morning, I noticed less bloating. My digestion improved. I didn't feel as sluggish by mid-morning. And honestly, it just feels good to do something kind for my body at the start of the day. Some people add honey or a dash of cayenne pepper. You can do that if you like. But even just lemon and water is enough. It hydrates you after a long night, helps flush out toxins, and gives your metabolism a little nudge. One thing to note, because lemon juice is acidic, it's a good idea to rinse your mouth with plain water afterward or drink it through a straw to protect your tooth enamel. I don't believe in magic pills or overnight fixes. But I do believe in small, consistent habits. Lemon water isn't going to reverse aging. But it can support your liver, improve digestion, and help you feel more balanced and refreshed in the morning. If you're curious, give it a try for a week. See how your body responds. You don't have to change everything, just one small step at a time. And if you're finding this helpful so far, I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel. It's a simple way to stay connected and get more tips on how to live well at every stage of life. You can also like the video and share it with someone you care about. Maybe they could use a gentle morning reset too. If there's one spice that deserves a permanent place in your morning routine, it might just be turmeric. I first heard about turmeric years ago, mostly in the context of Indian cooking. But it wasn't until later, after turning 60 and dealing with a few health challenges, that I really started paying attention to its benefits. And let me tell you, I wish I had started sooner. Turmeric contains an active compound called curcumin. This little compound has some powerful properties. It's anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and even shows potential in protecting the liver from damage. That's important, because chronic, low-grade inflammation is something many older adults live with without even realizing it. And over time, it can wear down organs, including the liver. A study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food showed that curcumin helped reduce markers of liver damage in people with non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Another research article in Liver International mentioned its potential in reducing oxidative stress in liver cells. In plain terms, turmeric helps your liver fight off damage from things like poor diet, aging, and environmental toxins. What does that look like in a morning habit? For me, it's a cup of warm turmeric tea. I usually make it by heating up a cup of water, then adding half a teaspoon of ground turmeric. I also add a pinch of black pepper, because the pepper helps your body absorb the curcumin better. Sometimes, if I want a creamier version, I'll use warm almond or oat milk instead of water. You can sweeten it with a bit of honey if that's your preference. The flavor is earthy and slightly bitter at first, but I've grown to enjoy it. It feels soothing, especially on cool mornings. More importantly, I noticed a change in how my joints feel, less stiffness, especially in my hands and knees. And over time, I felt lighter. Not in weight, but in that internal sense of balance and ease. Of course, turmeric alone isn't a cure-all. But think of it as a quiet helper, working behind the scenes. It doesn't take much, just a small daily habit that supports your liver, reduces inflammation, and gives your body a little love first thing in the morning. If you're taking medications or have a sensitive stomach, it's always wise to check with your doctor first. Turmeric is natural, but it can still interact with certain medicines. That said, many people tolerate it well in small amounts like this. I often get asked, do I have to do this every day? And the truth is, no, you don't. Even just 3 or 4 times a week can make a difference. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent enough to let your body respond. When I started adding turmeric tea to my mornings, I wasn't expecting a miracle. But what I got was a gentle nudge toward better health. And sometimes, that's exactly what we need. So if you're looking for a simple way to care for your liver and ease inflammation, consider trying a turmeric drink. It might surprise you how such a small habit can lead to bigger changes over time. And if you've tried turmeric tea before, I'd love to know what your experience was like. You can leave a comment below. And if this content is helping you feel more confident about taking care of your health after 60, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps this community grow. We still have more to explore. Some of the other morning drinks are even easier and just as powerful. Let's keep going. There's something about green tea that just feels calming. Maybe it's the gentle warmth of the cup, or the soft aroma that rises as you take that first sip. But beyond the comfort, green tea offers something deeper, especially when it comes to supporting your liver and your energy as you age. I didn't grow up drinking green tea. For most of my life, I was a coffee person. And don't get me wrong, I still enjoy my morning coffee. But a few years ago, after reading more about how caffeine affects the liver and how green tea might offer a gentler option, I decided to give it a try. It didn't take long before I noticed something different. Green tea contains a powerful compound called EGCG, short for epigallocatechin gallate. It's a type of antioxidant, and it plays a big role in protecting your cells, including liver cells, from damage. Studies have shown that EGCG can help reduce liver fat, lower inflammation, and even improve liver enzyme levels in people with mild liver issues. One study published in the International Journal of Molecular Medicine showed that people who consumed green tea regularly had significantly improved liver markers over time. Another review from the World Journal of Gastroenterology suggested that green tea might help protect the liver from damage caused by obesity, alcohol, or even viral infections. Of course, drinking green tea doesn't mean you can ignore everything else. But it's a strong ally. And what I really like is how easy it is to make part of your routine. Some mornings, when I don't feel like squeezing lemons or blending anything fancy, I just boil some water, drop in a bag of green tea, or loose leaf, if I have time, and let it steep. That's it. I might add a slice of lemon or a bit of honey if I'm in the mood, but it's good on its own. What I've noticed is that green tea gives me a more stable kind of energy than coffee. No jitters, no sudden crash later in the morning. Just a gentle, steady alertness. It's a nice way to ease into the day, especially as we get older and don't always want that caffeine spike hitting us hard first thing. There's also something cultural about green tea that I've come to respect. In Japan, many older adults drink green tea daily, and they also tend to live longer. Now, I'm not saying tea is the only reason. But when you combine a simple, antioxidant-rich habit like that with other healthy lifestyle choices, it's no surprise their rates of chronic disease are lower. If you're not used to the taste, it might take a few tries. I recommend going for a lighter brew at first, steep it for less time, or choose a mild variety like sencha or jasmine green tea. Don't feel like you need to force it. Think of it as an invitation to slow down a little and to treat your body gently. Personally, I still enjoy coffee now and then. But on most mornings, green tea is my first choice. It supports my liver, gives me energy, and helps me feel more balanced throughout the day. You don't have to give up your favorite drinks completely. But adding just 1 cup of green tea in the morning can be a step toward better liver health and longevity. If you're curious, try it for a week. See how your body feels. And as always, I'd love to hear your experience, what worked, what didn't, or even what kind of green tea you liked best. You can leave a comment below. And if this video has been helpful so far, feel free to like it, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe to the channel. We've still got 2 more drinks to explore, and they're just as simple and powerful. Let's keep going. There was a time when I thought celery was just something you dipped into peanut butter or tossed into a soup. It was crunchy, refreshing, but honestly, not that exciting. Then I started hearing all this talk about celery juice. It was showing up everywhere. On health blogs, in magazines, even on TV shows. People were claiming it could clear your skin, boost energy, reduce inflammation, and most of all, support your liver. At first, I was skeptical. It sounded a little too trendy. But I'm also someone who believes in trying things out for myself before passing judgment. So I decided to give it a chance. What surprised me the most was how simple it was to make, and how good it made me feel. 1 stalk at a time, it turned into a habit that actually stuck. Celery is rich in antioxidants and plant compounds like apigenin and luteolin. These are known to fight inflammation and protect cells from damage. But the real star here, especially for liver health, is how hydrating celery juice is. It's full of water, potassium, and natural sodium, all of which help support kidney and liver function. That's especially important as we get older, since hydration plays a major role in how well our bodies detoxify. There's also research that suggests celery juice can help lower blood pressure and improve blood flow. And since the liver filters nearly every drop of blood in your body, that matters. A study from phytotherapy research even showed that celery extract helped protect liver tissue from chemical-induced damage in animal models. Now, let me be clear, celery juice is not magic. And it's not going to undo years of unhealthy habits. But it can be part of a gentle reset. A way to support your body in doing what it already wants to do, clean, repair, and keep you going. I usually drink it first thing in the morning, about 15 to 30 minutes before breakfast. Just plain celery, no lemon, no apple, no extras. That's what most experts recommend, and I found it works best on an empty stomach. If you have a juicer, great. That's the easiest way. But if you only have a blender, that works too. Just blend the celery with a splash of water and strain it through a fine sieve or nut milk bag. It takes a little effort, but you only need about 12 to 16 ounces to get the benefit. The taste? It's green. Fresh. Not sweet, but not unpleasant either. It might take a few days to get used to, but I actually started craving it after a week or so. It became a kind of morning ritual, refreshing and clean. Like giving your body a glass of pure, gentle medicine. If you're on blood pressure medication or have kidney issues, talk to your doctor before drinking large amounts regularly. Celery is natural, but it's still powerful, especially if you're taking medications that affect electrolytes. For me, the biggest benefit has been feeling lighter and more regular. Digestion feels smoother. My skin looked a bit clearer too. And even if that's partly in my head, I'm okay with that, because the habit itself makes me feel like I'm showing up for my health. You don't have to juice every day. A few times a week is still helpful. And if you're not ready to commit to juicing, you can always just snack on raw celery more often. Every little bit helps. If you've ever tried celery juice, I'd love to hear what it was like for you. And if not, maybe this is your sign to give it a try. Just for a week. See what changes. And if you're enjoying this journey so far, exploring simple ways to live better after 60, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone you care about. Sometimes, the smallest habits can make the biggest difference. Next, we'll talk about one more drink, a surprising classic that's been around for generations but is making a comeback in modern wellness circles. Let's finish strong. When I was a child, I remember my grandmother sipping something strange every morning. It smelled sharp, almost sour, and I'd wrinkle my nose whenever she poured it. "It keeps my insides clean," she'd say, followed by a little laugh. That drink? Apple cider vinegar with warm water. Back then, I never imagined I'd one day be drinking the same thing every morning. But now, after turning 60, I understand exactly what she meant. Apple cider vinegar, especially the raw, unfiltered kind with the mother, has been used for centuries as a natural remedy. And today, modern science is beginning to back up what traditional medicine has said all along. This tangy liquid might just be one of the simplest tools for supporting liver health, digestion, and metabolic balance as we age. Let's talk about how it works. The acetic acid in apple cider vinegar has been shown to help regulate blood sugar levels. That's crucial for anyone over 60, as insulin sensitivity tends to decline with age. Stable blood sugar can help reduce fatigue, protect against brain fog, and lower the risk of type 2 diabetes, a condition that affects millions of older adults in the U.S. But it doesn't stop there. Some animal studies have suggested that apple cider vinegar may help reduce fat buildup in the liver. A 2016 study published in the Journal of Medicinal Food found that acetic acid could help prevent fat accumulation in the liver and even support its regeneration. That's encouraging, especially for anyone concerned about fatty liver disease, which becomes more common with age and lifestyle. On a personal note, I've found that adding just a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to warm water in the morning helps my digestion feel smoother throughout the day. It seems to wake up the digestive tract gently, almost like a gentle-on switch for the system. I don't get that heavy, bloated feeling after breakfast anymore. Just a light, energized start. It's also interesting how many people have reported improved skin clarity and even slight weight management support after drinking apple cider vinegar regularly. While results vary, the anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties of acetic acid might play a role here. Here's how I take it: 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in a glass of warm water, first thing in the morning, about 15 to 30 minutes before breakfast. I always make sure to rinse my mouth with plain water afterward, or drink it with a straw, because vinegar is acidic and can wear down tooth enamel if you're not careful. And a word of caution: if you have acid reflux, ulcers, or kidney issues, it's best to consult your doctor before adding vinegar to your daily routine. It's natural, yes, but still potent. Now, do you have to drink apple cider vinegar to be healthy? Of course not. But if you're looking for a small, inexpensive, and time-tested addition to your morning routine, it might be worth trying for a couple of weeks. See how your body responds. If it works for you, great. If not, you've at least given your system a little nudge in the right direction. I also want to emphasize something important: no single drink will make or break your health. It's the habit that matters. The consistency. The way you show up for yourself every morning. That's what builds a strong foundation for aging well. So, as we wrap up this journey through 5 gentle, nourishing morning drinks that support your liver, your energy, and your long-term wellness, I hope you feel inspired. These aren't trends. They're quiet tools. Natural helpers that work alongside your body, not against it. And before we close, I want to thank you for spending this time with me. If you found this video helpful, please take a moment to like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone you care about. You never know who might need this small reminder that health doesn't have to be complicated. It can start with a simple glass of water, tea, or juice, made with love and a little curiosity. Because aging well isn't about chasing youth. It's about honoring your body every single day. Let's keep growing wiser, healthier, and more connected together.